Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to ask the question, is chasing your natural muscle building potential even worth it? Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. Check out Team Massive via Patreon below, starting at only $12.99 a month. Form checks every week. You get to message me directly. You get the great Team Massive community. All right. So, natural muscle building potential. Talked about it a lot on this channel. If you don't know what it is, you're going to have to get up to speed. Go over to the main page on my YouTube and search natural muscle building potential. So, basically, long story short, is that naturals have a physiological potential, right? No matter how hard you try, naturally, you can't break your ceiling. Now, it sounds kind of like a limitation. Right, it kind of sounds like you're trying to limit me, big, hairy, ugly dude. You're trying to limit me. But the reality is very, very few people get close to their natural muscle building potential. It's pretty rare. And when they do, they're not quite there. You know, they're pounds and ounces away. They get close. But the closer you get to your natural muscle building potential, the harder it becomes, the longer it takes to achieve. Basically, a dumbed-down way of looking at muscle building naturally is whatever you have to gain over the course of your life. Let's say it's 32 pounds, because that's a rough estimate. That's a ballpark for most naturals that are starting at a normal body weight, not underweight. So let's say you have 32 pounds of muscle to build over the course of your life. Whatever you have left, you have the potential, basically, this isn't a rule, but it's a generalization that's pretty accurate. You have the potential to gain about half of that in the upcoming year. So if you're a noob and you have 32 pounds of muscle to gain this year, or to gain over the course of your life, you have the potential to gain 16. When you have 16 left, the next year you have the potential to gain 8. When you have 8 left, the next year you have the potential to gain 4. And each year that continues to go. You get down to 2 pounds, you're pretty close to natural potential, right? You're pretty darn close. You've been training, at least 4 or 5 years hardcore perfectly. And then you got 2 pounds left to gain a pound of muscle. It's going to take you a whole year, maybe. And then from there, a half pound, another year. So you're looking at the reality that when you get close to the end, the last 10%, it can really take a lot of effort and a lot of time just to scratch out a couple of pounds, right? Like to scratch out those last 5 pounds, it can take a lot of effort. So the question is it worth it? So I want you guys to think about this. Getting close to your natural potential is going to require a lot of progressive overload. It's simply going to require a lot of progressive overload. And I put together several videos on this channel about strength standards. You're basically going to have to be tossing around a lot of weight on a lot of lifts, and it's going to require a lot of work and a lot of consistency. So let's say you got your bench up to 315, your squat up to 405, and your dumbbell rows up to 150, and your seated dumbbell overhead presses the 90s for 10s, and you're rocking that strength. And you want to squeeze out the last 10%, the last 5 pounds of muscle. Is it even worth it? Well, I will tell you, it's a viable question, because at that point, you're going to have to toss around a lot of heavy weight for a long period of time to just get a couple pounds of muscle. And that level that you're at, you're already at a really strong, really solid strength level. You're going to have to grind and grind and grind, trying to push under heavy loads for more and more and more. So something to think about, an interesting question. Is it worth it? Do you want to continue that intense path of grinding and grinding and grinding on your strength just to squeeze out the last couple pounds of muscle? Most of us will never get to the point where we have to answer that question. But I can tell you, as somebody that's trained for 35 years, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, it's an incredible amount of hard work, an incredible amount of consistency, and an incredible amount of time under heavy, heavy loads to get there. So what's the other option, right? Let's say you get close to your natural potential. What is the other option? What else do we do? Well, I will say this: maintaining muscle mass is easy. Right now, I'm approaching age 55, if you can believe that, my old ass. Like, I'm not benching 405 anymore, right? But when I get in here, I'm trying to do 225 by 5 by 10 or 225 by 20. So it's basically the same, I'm keeping the same strength levels, but I'm just not pushing that. I'm doing more volume than anything. And if I just wanted to maintain, it would be super easy to maintain. Super easy to maintain my mass. Not as easy to maintain my strength, but the mass is much easier to maintain. So I thought I would make a video on this just to open up the floor for discussion. If you're at 90% of your natural potential and you have 5 pounds to go, are you going to dig in and beat your body up the next 10 years, pushing for progression? Or are you going to decide, hey, that's good enough. That's good enough. I'm going to stay here and just go with maintain and not risk beating the crap out of my body, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. If you get pretty close and you look pretty good, and this is the question, if you get pretty close and look pretty good, is it worth it to you to continue to pound and grind and pound and grind? Or do you just enter that maintenance level and not risk beating the crap out of your body for the next 5 to 10 years? So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.